dash forward to the same lap, to the very same lap as we go through the spoon curve that gets us towards the straight that goes to 130R. This time it's Fernando Alonso who's going to try and have a go at us. He goes to the outside, recreating the famous move on Michael Schumacher. We go to the inside. Oh my god! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the third episode of the career mode. As you can see, we are looking forward to the Japanese Grand Prix as we are now looking into our engineers, our everything, that concerns car performance and all those things that we don't really care about, or at least that I care about, you don't care about. We come from China, where we almost got a podium. We ended up finishing in fifth place, attempting murder on someone, but that's still not, that doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's been a very good race. Solid points for us. We finished ahead of our teammates, who was out of the points. We were instead in P5, as we said, 10 good points. The team morale has gone very, very much up, and we are gonna try. We have got to try to keep that up. As we see our updates, we're checking the status of our updates. But we need to try and keep that morale up. We must get the performance better if we want to go into to end up in a better place, if we want to fight for podiums, race wins, and championships. As you can see, we're now 10th or 8th in the standings. Yes, we're like 8th, if I'm not wrong. And we have 10 points, and most of the points that were scored by our team, we scored them. And no, it's not something really easy to do, because we are up against Carlos Sainz, one of the most experienced drivers on the grid. But nevertheless, we go right into practice. As you know, as we do, we skip practice because we're too good. And I'm not even going to show you the progress of simulation, because it all then went very well. We simulated successfully all the 3 programs that we needed to simulate, and we look around as usual. Here's a team. In front of us is Carlos Sainz, the man that we want to beat anyway. And we can see there, oh, this is gonna be interesting. The qualifying is gonna be full wet. It's gonna be wet till the end. Oh my god, this is gonna be very interesting. As you know, we've had 2 qualifying sessions up until now that were partially wet, and we were very good in those partially wet sessions. Oh my god, this is gonna be interesting. I fancy a Q3 appearance, our first Q3 appearance. Oh my god, this is gonna be very interesting as we now look at the performances of our cars. How the car has been, of course, upgrading, and now we go straight into practice. We go and simulate practice. We have simulated it, as we read the note that our engineer Mark has left us, of course, reminding us of the trickiness of this track, which is amazing. A track that is amazing. You need to be a surgeon to perform well in this track. And of course, our agent Eleanor, who's telling us that we need to outperform Carlos, but still, it doesn't matter. So let's go right into qualifying, and let's have a go. Let's have a go at it. Let's have a go.
A warm welcome, everybody, from a venue that has seen plenty of sensational laps over the years. Remember, Verstappen in 23, Vettel in 2019, some phenomenal pole laps. But whose will it be today?
Thank you, Crofty. Who's it gonna be today? That's a very interesting question. So we're gonna go with the same old strategy for wet condition. Qualifying, we're gonna load a lot of fuel in, and we're gonna go on the same set of tires for all of the session, and we're just gonna improve and improve and improve and improve and improve, because of course it's That's just the better, just that's the better strategy. We're gonna load a bit of aerodynamic load. We're gonna add some incidence to the wings, and yeah, let's have a go at it. Let's have a go. Oh my God, the camera is all messed up. Sorry, I'm gonna change it. Yeah, let's have a go at it. You know, the camera is okay now. But I think that the AI adopt a wrong strategy because they go for low fuel runs. They don't give the right time to the tire to warm up. And so, yeah, you can see there the car, is just like a beast waiting to be tamed. But nevertheless, let's go. Let's start our flying lap as we go into turn one. We don't use our ERS yet because we want to take this lap very slowly. My God, we go off the track, but nevertheless, we of course keep on going into the snake section. Look at this. Look at this with the wet conditions even better. It's majestic how it's incredible how good this track is. And now we go into the end of the final turns of the first sector. The car doesn't wanna stay on track. We go into Dagner 1, a very fast right-hander. Dagner 2, a slower right-hander. The rear end steps out at the end of the Dagner 1 as we now go into the spoon. The braking really is so difficult here because you brake going into after a right-hander, but you want to go on a left-hander. So the risk of losing the backhand and going right into the wall is very high as we now go wide into the spoon curve. We now have to go towards into the massive straight that gets us towards the legendary 130R. Remember where Fernando Alonso said, I knew he would brake because he has a wife and two kids at home, referring to the legendary Michael Schumacher. But now we go into the Senna Prost chicane. It's not been a good lap, but it's nevertheless a lap that we're gonna go and end. It's a 1:44. It's quite slow, but nevertheless we have at least 2 seconds to make up in this corner. Look at that. Look at that. We have made up already 1 second. The car stepped out. The rear end stepped out at the end. 9/10 up on our previous time as we now go into... Oh, we lost a bit of time there. As the rear end stepped out. We're now going... Oh my God. We're now going into the end of the final sector. The tires looks like they are overheating. I'm just fighting to tame this car, which is not very easy. We now go to the final lap, to the end of the lap, and we have made up a few places with P11. Sorry, I was going to say P13, but no, with P11. That would get us through, but still it's not safe enough. So we have to go again. Oh my God, look at that. Look at the counter steer that I had to make. It's like almost opposite lock. But anyway, we now are still going through the first sector, improving by quite some margin. It's 1 and 2 tenths up on our previous time. It's almost 3 tenths up. Yes, 3.5 tenths up. We're 4 tenths up on Ocon's time, so we should be good. Oh my God, guys, it's so difficult. It's so difficult. I'll tell you. Oh my God, what was I telling you before? What did I tell you before? That particular corner, the braking is so difficult. But anyway, nevertheless, we're gonna try and go again. We let the tires cool off a bit. We go again. We're super tight to the apex of turn 1. In the next lap, we now go in the first sector once again. Snake. It's just incredible. I won't get tired in any sort of way of saying that this section is such amazing. It's such amazingness that it has to be said all the time. But anyway, we now go into the first sector. We're 1.2 seconds up on our time and 1.2 seconds up on Esteban Ocon's time. My God, now we're 1.7 seconds up. We take the inside line in the hairpin, but nevertheless, it's still better than before when we almost shunted the car into a wall. Not anything's better than that. But now we go into the spoon curve, stay as right as possible, double apex, a curb on the outside, and then you go to the inside, and now curb on the outside. My God, I feel like I'm rallying over here. But now, anyway, we go to the end of the straight that gets us to 130R. This is going to be a good lap. This is going to be the lap that puts us through into Q2. We now go into the center pro chicane. The rear stepped out. The rear stepped out there as an engineer tells us that the teammate is faster. And boom, there you go. P7. No, he's still faster. But, anyway, we go on a try and go again. Who cares? 4 minutes left. And now we go again. We have to, because we have been, wounded in our pride by our engineer who's told us that our teammate is faster than us. So we have to go and try to get a better lap than him as we now go again through the magnificent section of the snake. We now are going to try and improve our time, which we managed by almost 5/10 of a second gain in just one sector. Wow, that's just amazing. That's just amazing. But we missed the apex into diagonal 1, but still, anyway, we have to try our best. We go into the hairpin, which is a very tricky corner, as we said before. We've lost a bit of our time. We're just 2/10 up now, 1/10 up, but we still have to try our best. We still have to try our best to improve the position. We would be safe now. We would be safe, especially because of course, the AI doesn't seem to be going out. Oh no, they're going out right now. But still, it's not a very safe time. P7, we don't like it, so we're gonna try our best to get. And we set a purple sector into the second sector as we now go to the final chicane. Center pro chicane, we go all over the curb. That's a very, very good thing. We've gained over like 4/10 only in this main chicane, and we go up to P2, baby. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. And now we can go back to the pits and watch out. Oh my God, we got a spin in. We spat in the pit lane. Thankfully, it was not the race. It's going to be a fine for us, which I'm not going to pay. But still, it's better than a penalty. And so let's have a go at it. Let's see who's going through, who's not. Oscar Piastri sets the fastest time. We set the second time, 2/10 down, or on Piastri. Carlos Sainz goes through as Kimi Antonelli. Oh no! And Max Verstappen barely makes it through. My God, Kimi, I'm so sorry for you, mate. I'm so sorry. But nevertheless, we're going to try our best to go as we go now into Q2. It's the last minutes of Q2 because I've been going on a run in this session for all the session, as you know. We do when it's wet qualifying. But I still haven't made a good time. I still haven't managed to get a good time. So we need to get a good time in to get through to Q2 to Q3. Because this is the best chance that we have. I feel like this is the best chance that we have to go into Q3, but we don't improve. We don't improve in this final lap. We've made a mistake. We were 6 seconds up on the delta. We barely make another lap, so this has to be it. So full speed into turn 1 and 2. We go a bit wide. The understeer turns into oversteer on the exit, but now we go into the first sector. We absolutely have to nail this section of the circuit, otherwise we're going to be out. We're currently P14 or P15. That's horrendous. We have made 5/10 up on the first sector. On our previous time, let's see, 6/10. Where my God, how there was not a track limit. I don't know. But nevertheless, we're gonna try and really try our best. We go into the hairpin. The rear steps out a bit, but nevertheless, we still gain some time, which we're gonna lose on the exit. But we keep going. We don't care. We keep going into the spoon curve, and we now go into the straight that gets us to, of course, the 130R. Our engineer reminds us that we're currently knocked out, so we need a time. We're currently 2 tenths up on George Russell. Oh no, on Yuki Tsunoda, I'm sorry, who's P11. We go into the final chicane. It was not a good final turn, but nevertheless, we're gonna try. We go over the line. What's it gonna be? Is it gonna be enough? Is it gonna be enough? Is it? Yes! Yes, P10. Oh my god. Oh, dude, it was so close. But nevertheless, we make it through. And we're gonna go for the first Q3 session of our career. And it comes into a special track. And look at that! Charles Leclerc goes fastest, but we care only about one thing only. We have out-qualified Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz is the one that we have put out of qualifying, and we have out-qualified Carlos Bloody Sainz. Take a bow. And so we are through to Q3, I'm sorry. And so we have a go at it. We're going to try our best to qualify as high as possible as we now go to the final attempts, I'm sorry, because I think it's going to be more than one, of the Q3 session. We are currently P10, which is not very good. We want to move up a bit. We want to move up the order a bit. And so we are going to try our best, as we always do. And you know what? I'm going to just let you enjoy the lap around Suzuka, because it's just amazing. Well, clearly that was not a very good idea, as we get a track limit. Yeah, I didn't plan on that, but anyway, we still have 2 minutes left. We have 2 minutes left to try and move up a bit, move up the order a bit, and we now are gonna try our best. And now is the time where you have to enjoy the lap. And so I'll just shut up. Enjoy the driving.
Okay, 1 minute remaining, just 1 minute.
Right, so we are going towards the end of the lap. I'm going to be honest, any result is going to be a very good result, because we have out-qualified our teammate, and that's enough for me. But still, if we can move up the order a bit, that would be amazing. And we do. We get up to P8, and so, you know, good, very good result. I'm not gonna hide that I would have wanted more, because we're very good on the wet track, but still, we're gonna retire the car because I don't want to go back to the pits, but still, very good result. For me, it was a amazing result, amazing result, and we're gonna try and make our best of take the best out of the qualifying session. We're gonna try and score some good points. I think we have a chance. It's gonna be very reliant on the tire wear and the strategy, but
That
nevertheless,
wraps
we're
up
gonna
qualifying, but don't
go
worry,
crafty.
we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
Yes, Crofty, we will be back. Don't worry. As Max Verstappen takes pole position ahead of Oscar Piastri, well, there was no wonder. Max Verstappen was almost eliminated into Q1. It was P15, but nevertheless, it's no wonder that he takes pole position in wet conditions. But still, we're gonna. I'm sorry. We're gonna try our best to absolutely get the
No
best
fewer than
out
12 world
of the
champions have been
qualifying.
crowned at
Go,
Suzuka,
Crofty.
but who will be tasting glory today at the checkered flag? We're approaching lights out, and we can't wait for the Japanese Grand Prix. A lap of this historic racetrack covers 3.6 miles. It's the only time during the season that we race on a figure-of-8 circuit, and the drivers can expect some intense G-forces through the 18 corners on offer here as they experience some of the highest average apex speeds on the Formula One calendar. Keep an eye out for overtakes into the final chicane. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Hamilton, Lando Norris, and Russell. Fernando Alonso, a Williams, Behrman, and Esteban Ocon. Sainz, Tsunoda, Lance Stroll, and Hülkenberg. Gasly, Lawson, Andrea Kimi Antonelli, and Jack Doohan. Bortoletto and Isaac Hadjar rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
We head down
Okay,
to the
Mark here.
track.
Let's get another points finish today. I just want to say good luck. We're all counting on you.
Thank you, Mark, for the strategy as we look around. First and foremost, let's get some fuel out of the tank because we want to start as light as possible. And we're going to change the strategy. It was a medium, soft, soft, but we're going to go for soft, medium, soft because I just want to full push. I don't care about managing the tires. I just want to really push all the way. I can manage the tires, but I don't really like to. So let's go. Let's have a go at it. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights on ahead of the drivers, and it's lights out, and away we go. We get some wheel spin on in the first gears, but nevertheless we use our soft tire to get the better of Fernando Alonso on the start. Can we go and have a go at Lando Norris around the outside? Yes, we managed to go through, and now we just have to follow George Russell. The tire wear is going to kick in very early for us compared to Lando Norris and Fernando Alonso, who are on other compounds than us, but nevertheless we are going to try and keep them behind and keep the tow ahead to the Mercedes and to the front running guys. But it's been a very good start for us, so let's have a watch. Let's watch the start from the outer perspective as we now go towards the spoon curve, and we should be seeing, yes, we see there Max Verstappen and Oscar Piastri in the first row. Let's see how they started. Max Verstappen gets a very good getaway, and he always just cuts across and covers Oscar Piastri, which cost him the position. It cost him the position to Charles Leclerc, as we now are setting the sights on ourselves, and the move around the outside. Look at that. we made an incredible move around the outside of Lando Norris. It must be said, he had not less grip than us, but still, it was an amazing move to do in a Williams on a McLaren. So, nevertheless, it's amazing. Just good start, very, very good. As we now go back to racing action. It's now 3 laps later, lap 4. The tires started to kick in. George Russell, you can see there is 1.3 ahead. We still have DRS to defend, but it's gonna be very difficult as we get some. Okay, we close the door on Lando Norris. I thought for a second there that we were gonna get overtaken by Lando Norris. You can see there the overtake at the curb absolutely, absolutely decomposes. No, I'm sorry, but unsettles our car, and we are gonna have to pull off some very good driving to keep the McLaren behind. As you see, yellow flags waving ahead. Who's that? Is that Russell? Russell! Oh my God, George Russell! As we almost hit him. Oh my God, he is DNF'd. Yes, he is out of the session. Oh my God. Oh my God, George Russell is out of the session as Lando Norris is all over the back of us. But wow, I would have not expected that. We're up to P5, the same finishing position that we had in China, but it's soon gonna be P6 again because Lando Norris, just waltzes past us, and Yuki Tsunoda is now going for on the back. Is going for the inside. We cover him nevertheless, but we get some understeer, and we collide with the Japanese, with the home driver, with the home hero Yuki Tsunoda, and so fast forward to lap 7. We're gonna come in because the tire, as you can see from the icon there, it's just too much. We barely get the car slowed down in time as we now go for the pit stop. Let's go, boys. Let's make it a quick one. As we see there, it's 2.4 seconds. It's a very good stop, as of course our engineer says. It's been a fantastic stop. Good job. Hats off for the boys as we now go back into the racing action. As the first people have now started to come in. We are setting our fast laps. We set a 1:31.7, which is a quite good lap. As we see, we were trying to pull the undercut on Tsunoda, but he just emerges just ahead of us. But Jack Doohan is slowing down. And that could be very good for us. Yes, we're catching up to him. Yes, that's very good. That's very, very good for us. As Jack Doohan now is absolutely slowing him down. He's on soft tires. It's a new fresh soft tires, and you can see there just how faster we are with like 4-lap old medium tires, which is not very common. Oh my God, we almost run into the back of Yuki Tsunoda. That just to tell how slow he is. We're gonna have a chance. We're gonna save some ERS down the straight that gets us to 130i as we go into spoon curve. Careful not to go too wide, otherwise we're gonna get some track limits, track extension. We have 72% of battery that we're gonna use. Overtake engaged as Yuki Tsunoda takes the slipstream of Jack Doohan, pulls to the inside. We tuck him behind. We're very close. We're very close to Yuki Tsunoda. We're gonna have a go down the inside. Can we pull it? Jack Doohan gets out of the way. Wow, double overtake. That wasn't really, the second overtake wasn't really anything too difficult, but still, we managed to get some good racing action on the braking. Let's have a go and watch what happened there. As you can see, we clearly are getting the slipstream. We get the slipstream, and we tuck him behind at this point. Yuki Tsunoda doesn't know what to do, so he has to slow down. We go down the inside for a double overtake, and Yuki Tsunoda almost stopped down the middle of the track, and that's good for us, but I don't think it's gonna be very long before he catches up to us. As you can see, next lap he already has caught up to us, and now what I'm gonna do is gonna I'm gonna tuck behind because the detection point is right here, and so we're gonna get DRS. We go for a move down the inside, and we're gonna get the DRS, and still be ahead of Yuki Tsunoda, and that's the way it's gonna go. I can already tell you, we're not gonna pull away from Tsunoda and Alonso because they have faster tires, they have fresher tires, and you can see the end. Our tires are very much degrading, as our engineer is already telling us. But we have to do another 7 laps on these tires. It's the turn of Fernando Alonso to have some of our 3D chess moves. We can't quite get ahead of the Spaniard, but still we have some ERS to use. Overtake, DRS engaged, speeds of almost 340 kilometers an hour, and we now go into turn 1 ahead of the Spaniard, who's been passed by Yuki Tsunoda as well. I can already tell you it's going to be all the way to lap 20 is going to be like this. There is no other way than this. And now it's Yuki Tsunoda once again. We can see him. He's all over the back of us. We're going to lift. We're going to lift and try to get the better exit into the final turn. We go down the inside. And we manage to take the position. We do get the position, and we now get Alonso is behind us. DRS overtake used to defend, and we now go into energy recovery mode. And yes, that's just the way you do it. And yeah, I don't think there is another way for us to do that. As we go forward to lap 17, what is gonna happen? Fernando Alonso fancies a run. Yeah, sure, why not? Why not him? So now he tries to go around the outside, recreating that famous move on Michael Schumacher. As we now go down the inside. Yes, the strategy. Yeah, the AI are so stupid. They really don't. They can't learn from their mistakes. So if you pull one intelligent strategy on them, they're gonna just. They're stupid. They're not gonna learn from their mistakes, and they're not gonna get any better. So yeah, as we now go fast forward to the same lap, Yuki Tsunoda is now bouncing around at us, but we're not gonna let him through this time because we are gonna come into the pits and for our second stop, and so we have to get some position advantage, and we now go into the pits, right side of the bollard. Oh my god, we get to the limit in just 4 kilometers. If we were like, let's not think about it. So let's go, boys, make it a good one. It is a good one. 2.4 seconds once again, and we now go outside of the pits. Let's see where they are. They're quite some margin behind, so we should have made some time up. Yes, let's look at it. It's, yeah. They're 1.2 seconds. They're 1.2 seconds now, but on us, if we make those kind of mistakes, it's gonna be very soon that they will catch up to us. So we have to make some catching up because we're now P13, but still we have to wait for all the others to come in and to get their pit stop done. And so that's our teammate is in the pits. Jack Doohan here is probably gonna come in the pits right now, and we go now into the final turn. Don't hold us up, Jack. Don't hold us up. He doesn't. And so we get the RS, we get the overtake done, but Yuki Tsunoda is all over the back of us. Yeah, okay, we have the RS to defend, but now we're gonna have to pull the same strategy that we pulled before. Just slow down before the detection point of the main straight and just absolutely send it on the brakes into the last turn, and hope the car sticks. So as you can see, we're recovering some energy because we want to save it. For the straights The Red Bull is just faster than us. You know, there's no other way to see it. There's no other way to see it. Alonso is also faster than us, but we have to absolutely try our best to keep some points. You know, I'm not asking for much. You know, I'm not asking like for a podium or something. You know, we just have to hold on to these points. We have to hold on for dear life, because you know it's very, very difficult for us to keep this car behind. So go Yuki, go. We're gonna tuck him behind and we're gonna get your DRS. We're gonna get your DRS. But look, we fake to the outside, we go to the inside. Daniel Ricciardo would have approved that. Wow, 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 what a move. Let's go down the main straight. DRS, overtake engaged. The cars ahead are pitting, so we're now P16 as we now go forward to the very same lap there's now Fernando Alonso is the one trying to attack us. He goes to the outside trying to recreate the famous move on Michael Schumacher, but oh my god! Oh no! Oh my god! Oh my god, that might have been the mightiest save that I've ever done in 10 years of racing on Formula 1, and it might be one of the greatest saves in motorsports. But let's have a look at it. We went on the curb. We went on the curb and lost all the grip that there was to lose. Look at that. Let's look at that from Yuki Tsunoda's perspective. We dropped in on the curve. Oh my god. My god, I don't know how I managed to save that, but now we have lost contact to the cars ahead, and Carlos Sainz has caught up to us, our teammate has caught up to us, and Lance Stroll behind him as well. So, you know the drill. We've lost points, we've lost positions to Tsunoda and Alonso, so the drill is the same. It doesn't change anything. The strategy is the same. Tuck him behind before 130R and get the slipstream, get the detection point, get the DRS, pass him down, under braking. You look at that, we feel brave down the brake end. And Lance Stroll has also moved up and passed our teammate. But you know, Lance Stroll is now all over the back of us. He has so much speed, and we have DRS and overtake. Wow, the slipstream is mighty. But we get some understeer that. We've lost the position to the Aston Martin of Lance Stroll. You know, there was a tough blow to take. You know, my pride being overtaken by the worst driver on the grid. But nevertheless, we're gonna try our best to keep up. But the tires, you know, are degrading so fast. As we are now, us Williams are fighting for the final point, and we probably didn't manage to get the DRS. Who got the DRS? I don't know. We were equal on the detection point line. Let's see. Let's just see. I don't know. I really don't have a clue who's going to get DRS. Neither of us is going to get DRS, so it's just pure, raw speed. We're going to close. Carlos Sainz, who feels brave, he goes down the outside. No, you can't go around the outside of the first turn, but we get some understeers. Carlos Sainz, oh my god. Oh my god, we have made contact. That's such disastrous. Oh my god, we have bodywork damage now. No, let's go. Let's have a look at it. Oh my god, man. Let's look at that. We get some. The understeer just killed us, man. And he has some wing damage now, so he's probably gonna have to come in right now. Man. That was so not good. But at least he played the team role. Now he had, being slower, he held up Gasly, who's now the one on the back of our car. Hulkenberg is now the one on the back of our car. It's not going to be easy to keep the points, guys. I'm going to tell you, we really have to pull some majestic moves, because the tires are fading away so quickly. You can see there, Alonso, it's been 6 laps. He's made 11 seconds on us. So that's an average of like 1.5 seconds a lap, 1.2, I don't know. Man. It's going to be very difficult for us to keep the points, but we're going to try. We don't care. We're going to try, because the points are so important in terms of the standings. And, whoever is behind. It could be Ayrton Senna, it could be Michael Schumacher, it could be Lewis Hamilton, it could be anyone you want. We're gonna defend like it's nobody. We're gonna defend to our absolute best. We're gonna defend to our absolute best. As we now go into the, of course, the spoon chicane that gets us to the main straight. That gets us to the 130R chicane as Nico Hülkenberg. Go, Nico, go. We lift off to let Nico through. Go, go. Oh my god. We have to slow down. We had to slow down because, oh my god, Gasly's down the inside. Whoa. My god, that was so close. But who's going to get the arrest now? I think we were equal once again with Nico Hülkenberg. Yes, neither of us gets the DRS. Neither of us gets the DRS. Gasly is down the inside. It's 3 wide into turn 1. Oh my god. Oh my god, we sent drifting. Oh, come on now. We're P12. We have lost. We have lost the points. We have lost the points. And as if it wasn't enough, Liam Lawson is gonna get past us. It was a tough one, guys. I'm not gonna lie. We were sent drifting by Pierre Gasly into turn 1. You know, it almost looked like we were gonna rally out like Max Verstappen did in the Mexican Grand Prix last week. Man, it's just terrible. Yeah, you know what started out as a good, look at that, look at the 88% highway, you know, it's just guys, what started out as a possible point finish race has turned out into a nightmare. But you know, let's take some positives. At least we were able to fight with the other cars. We were quite on pace with the, you know, with the cars with the midfield cars. You know, I'm sorry for the results, but that's it.
What a win! Well, it's been a long wait for many of our drivers, but the wait is always worth it. Bring them out to the awaiting crowd. It's time for our podium celebrations.
It is time for the it is time for the winning celebration. You know, I'm just frustrated, man. I'm just so frustrated. You can't even begin to imagine how frustrated I am, because you know, points would have been amazing for the team, and you know, it's as if it wasn't enough. Not even Carlos Sainz was able to get the points because, you know, we clashed and he had to pit again. And so, yeah, that's it, guys. That's just it. The race is over, and Bahrain.
Wild weekend of Formula One action.
Go, Crafty, go.
I can't wait to see what's next.
Yes, Bahrain is going to be next, and I can already tell you it's going to be amazing, freaking amazing. And guys, don't forget, as always, to subscribe, to leave a like, leave a comment, whatever you want, because it helps us grow. And yeah, I'm gonna see you next race. Bye.